Grenada is less known than many other places in the Caribbean, but I have to say that I was really pleasantly surprised by this beautiful island. Not only does it have beautiful beaches, but it also has really lush jungles, waterfalls, and amazing views. And the overall vibe is warm and welcoming, making it one of my new favorite places in the Caribbean. In this video, I'm sharing the top 10 best things to do in Grenada to help you plan the perfect visit. Let's get started! The first place I spent real time at in Grenada was Anse Beach, and it's easily one of the nicest beaches I've been to. The sand is soft and light, the water is calm, and it stretches for a long distance so it never feels too crowded. It's one of those places where you can just walk and walk without getting bored. What I liked most is how easy everything feels here. You've got small beach bars, restaurants, and places to grab a drink or snack without needing to plan anything. You can swim, float around, or just sit under a tree and relax. The sunsets here are also really nice if you stay later in the day. It's a perfect spot to ease into your trip and get into that slower island pace. Even after exploring other parts of Grenada, I kept coming back here because it's just simple and peaceful. If you want a quick and easy nature stop, Annandale Waterfall is a great option. It's not far from the main areas, and you don't need a long hike to get there, which makes it super accessible. You walk a short path, and suddenly there's this waterfall surrounded by green plants and rocks. The water falls into a small pool where you can swim if you want, or just sit nearby and enjoy the sound of it. I liked how relaxed it felt. It's not a huge, dramatic waterfall, but that's kind of why it works. You don't need to spend hours here, but it's a nice break from the beach and gives you a different side of the island. Sometimes there are locals diving from the rocks, which is fun to watch. It's simple, easy, and worth stopping by if you're exploring the island anyway. One of the most unique things I did in Grenada was visiting the Molinere underwater sculpture park. It's exactly what it sounds like. Sculptures placed underwater that you can see while snorkeling or diving. It's not something you come across often, so it stood out right away. You don't have to be an expert to enjoy it. If you're comfortable snorkeling, you can still see a lot. The sculptures are slowly being covered by coral, so it feels like nature and art are mixing together. Some of them look a bit mysterious underwater, which makes the whole experience more interesting. I liked that it wasn't just about fish or reefs, but something completely different. Most tours take you out by boat and give you time to explore at your own pace. It's a calm but memorable activity, and definitely something you won't forget quickly. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please subscribe to my channel and click the thumbs up button as well. One of the more interesting places I visited was Belmont Estate. It's a working plantation where you can see how cocoa is grown and turned into chocolate. I didn't expect to enjoy this as much as I did, but it ended up being one of the highlights. The tour walks you through the whole process, from the cocoa beans drying in the sun to the final product. You can actually see everything up close, which makes it feel real and not just like a display. The surroundings are also really nice, with green hills and open space all around. At the end, you get to try some of the chocolate, which is obviously a big plus. It's a good mix of learning and just enjoying the environment, and it adds something different to your trip beyond beaches and swimming. Another great place to get away from the coast for a bit is the Etang National Park. It's cooler up here, greener, and feels completely different from the beach areas. The main highlight is the Crater Lake, which sits quietly surrounded by rainforest. There are walking trails around the park, ranging from short and easy to longer hikes if you're up for it. I kept it simple and just explored the main areas, which was already enough to enjoy the scenery. You'll probably see monkeys around, especially near the parking area, which adds a fun surprise to the visit. What I liked most was the calm atmosphere. It's not crowded, and you can just take your time walking and enjoying nature. Not every Caribbean island has lush jungles like this, so it's definitely worth visiting and adding some variety to your trip. Spending some time in St. George's was one of my favorite low-key things to do. The town is built around a harbor with colorful buildings, small streets, and a relaxed vibe. It's not a huge place, which makes it easy to explore without a plan. I liked just walking around, checking out small shops, and stopping for a drink or snack along the way. One place worth mentioning is the House of Chocolate, which is this small and cute museum and cafe all about chocolate, of course. The harbor views are really nice, especially when boats are coming and going. You can also visit local markets where they sell fruits, spices, and everyday items. It feels real and not overly touristy, which I appreciated. There are also a few viewpoints where you can look down at the town and water, and those are worth finding. St. George's is the kind of place where nothing big happens, but you still enjoy every minute just being there. For some great views and a bit of history, I'd recommend checking out Fort George. It sits above the town and gives you a wide view over the harbor and the surrounding area. Even if you're not that into history, the views alone make it worth going. Walking around the fort is simple and doesn't take too long. There are old structures, cannons, and open areas where you can just stop and look out over the water. I liked coming here for photos and just taking a break from walking around town. It also gives you a better idea of how the island was set up in the past. It's not a long visit, but it's one of those easy stops that adds something extra to your day without much effort. If you're looking for a quieter beach, La Sagesse Beach is a really nice change from the more popular spots. It feels a bit more hidden and peaceful, which I liked a lot. The water here is usually calm, and there's a kind of natural, untouched feeling to the whole area. There aren't many big resorts or crowds, so you can just relax without noise or distractions. I spent time just walking along the beach and sitting in the shade, and it felt like time slowed down a bit. There's also a small restaurant nearby where you can grab simple food or a drink. It's not fancy, but it fits the vibe perfectly. If you enjoy quiet places where you can really disconnect, this is a great spot to spend a few hours and just enjoy the surroundings. Another fun activity to do in Grenada is river tubing, especially if you want something that feels easy but still a little adventurous. Instead of doing anything too intense, you just sit in a tube and float down the river while the current carries you along. I know, it's a bit touristy, but still fun, and even getting there lets you see more of the island on the way. You go through calm sections, small twists, and a few faster parts that make it more exciting without feeling scary. The guides are there with you, so it feels safe and beginner-friendly. You also get to enjoy the green forest around the river, which makes the whole experience feel very tropical. The river isn't that long, so this is not something that takes over your entire day, but it's memorable and different. If you want a fun outdoor activity that doesn't require a big hike or too much effort, this is a great one to add. If you have a bit more time, taking a trip to Carriacou is a great way to see something different. It's a smaller island north of Grenada, and getting there already feels like an adventure. You can go by ferry or small plane, depending on what you prefer. Carriacou feels even more laid back and quiet than Grenada. The beaches are beautiful, the water is clear, and there's a strong local feel to everything. I liked how simple life seemed here. You can walk around, visit small villages, or just spend the day by the water. It's not about doing a lot, but more about slowing down and enjoying where you are. If you want to add something a bit different to your trip and don't mind the extra travel time, it's definitely worth considering. And that's it for my Grenada travel guide. Let me know in the comments below which of these 10 things you're most excited to do. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.